Hello, welcome to Under the First Floor Lo-Fi Podcast, shitty recordings of bands you should like. My name's David Settle, and on today's episode, we have a new band, Philly three-piece death metal / thrash metal band, Spesimin. They started in the last year and were supposed to play their first show in March, but obviously the pandemic had different ideas for them. So this is their first public performance, and I hope you enjoy. And without further ado, here is the first track's intro / Spesimin.
I play guitar.
I'm Jeff. I play bass.
I'm Ian. I play drums and do vocals. No other projects need to be talked about right now, I guess, right?
You do the art. You're the art man.
If you could call it art. I learned how to use something other than Microsoft Paint. You could call that art, I guess.
Did you use Microsoft Paint too?
Yeah. Some like the bucket tool. Like paper and scissors and the bucket tool. Right?
So,
yeah, that's all. Yeah, art, high art.
So this was your first show, right?
First show in the books. Yeah.
Perfect timing for the train.
You're the first person to see it live.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. COVID be damned. Yeah.
There's a train right outside the practice space we're in, so gonna be some pauses for that.
Yeah, had a first gig scheduled for May, but yeah, pushed back to Halloween.
There you go. Yeah, it's a spooky Halloween day. It's foggy out, so that's spooky. What was the first gig gonna be?
It's gonna be with Gasm from Montreal.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
Yeah.
Where at?
I think it's supposed to be at Yarga.
Oh,
yeah,
sure.
West Philly House. Yeah.
Yeah, House of Yarga.
Yeah, but yeah, poor Gasm tour canceled, along with all the rest of music.
Do you want to give a little background to the band?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, me and Alejandro got together to jam on some riffs he had. He sent me some riffs a little while back now, like over a year ago for sure. yeah, some riffs. He sent me with like some drum machine, crazy stuff going on. I was like, I can't play that, but like the riffs sound cool. If you want to like caveman them down a bit for me, I'm down. Yeah, and Jeff started playing with us like in this year. Yeah, it congealed together nicely, I'd say.
Nice. Did those tracks that you originally sent with the drum machine, are those the tracks on the demo?
Sort of like, it's too much going on, like for anyone to really like wrap their brain around. It was just more for him to sort of understand. We have similar likes and sort of we work together too. We always talk about metal and like similar interests.
I think those demos show your range though, which we try to accommodate as much as we can.
Yeah, no, but I mean even the stuff that we wrote together was like definitely its own thing. I mean like a lot of that's like pretty original. I think I borrowed from some of those riffs, but overall it's like
so are all the songs that you're playing now stuff that you worked on together?
We
definitely, I think it was pretty much like riff by riff, just like working on a song or two at a time, and just like we worked on them over the course of like over a year, so only 5 songs on the demo, but we worked on them for a bit.
Nice. How did you record the demo?
Recorded with our buddy Zach Bailey. Also we're in our practice space right now, but not a real gig, spoiler. But he also has a space in this building, so yeah, went and tracked that with him just down the hall.
There are gigs at this building though. So
that's true.
I still consider this a gig.
This was a gig, definitely.
Okay, so metal to me is like electronic music where there's a million different subgenres and I can never remember which one's which. So how would y'all describe your own stuff?
I think maybe set out to be like, oh yeah, it's gonna be like a thrash band, but then like me and Alejandro really only ever talk about death metal, but both just like love all the same thrash bands. So it's like probably equal parts of that, but then also just like punk and hardcore because that's like more so. My friend Francis said that we sounded like punk autopsy, which was like better than I could have hoped for. So I was pretty happy with that.
What are some of your favorite thrashy death metal bands?
Death is like my number one. I mean, like that's up there for me. I'm very much influenced by Chuck. Mm-hmm. I don't know if it shows in my playing, but I mean, I definitely like.
I actually kind of
keep that stuff in mind when I.
That came into my head while you're shredding some solos. Yeah.
That's like number one for me, and then the usual like Metallica, Slayer, you know, just like classics.
Yeah, same pretty much. Those are the big ones: Death, Sepultura, Obituary, Carcass, thrash like Sodom, Slayer. Yeah, but our band is a way dumbed down version of a lot of those things. But it's kind of like what I'm reaching for with some of the ideas.
Nice. Jeff, you got any?
Oh, me? I mean, we're a big crossover. You know, I could be the dumb guy. But when I try to play, I'm just like thinking I am just the caveman bass player in a metal band.
Yeah, Jeff is the most hardcore contingent, I would say.
I'm just trying to be Harley Flanagan if he was in a metal band.
And that's exactly what we asked him if he could fill that role when we brought him into the fold.
I'm sure there's probably some old New York 80s band that happened for.
Oh yeah, I mean that is crossover. Like
yeah,
that's
true.
exactly that.
Yeah, all those bands learning how to play their instruments and then realizing that metal was cooler than punk, or like maybe always trying to be a metal band. That's how I feel too.
Getting
it's
like to the skill level that was just enough to play metal.
Like Alejandro's riffs like deserve double bass, which I like practice like constantly, but it's just like not up to snuff to be used in the song. So it's like hopefully for the next one the left foot is in there.
I think we accommodate each other pretty well though, as far as like I feel like we meet in the middle in a place where it sort of like all makes sense. You know, where like I can definitely like be too technical with my riff writing, so I always sort of keep that in mind and like. What's going to be more accessible for the listener, like what's going to be more catchy, you know, like. Yeah. And I think working with him, with these guys, that helps me keep that in mind for sure.
Yeah, less cryptopsy.
Yeah, for sure.
Less prog. You'll get there.
Yeah. I mean, you know, I love
if you want.
I love that stuff too, but you know, cannot do it physically.
And it's not as it's not always as catchy or as cool or as easy to listen to. I don't know. It's not. It's like,
yeah, definitely try to write songs with choruses.
Yeah, hell yeah, I appreciate that.
Sycophant Slaughter.
I don't even hear it
Too
anymore.
good for background music.
I grew up by the train tracks, so I don't even hear it anymore.
Same here.
Oh, okay.
So, have y'all been working during the whole pandemic?
I think I took a few months off. I went back around July,
Okay.
like mid-July, I think.
Yeah, I took a few months off too. Yeah, similar. Just put my whole record collection on Discogs. Sitting around the house. But yeah, back at it.
Word. Do all y'all work the same job?
We do, just not for the same company.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is, I guess we should say, what the job.
We are all furniture movers.
How's moving been during pandemic?
Some people still trying to be all up in your face. Yeah, it's like, yo, step off.
I mean, the physical labor with a mask on is definitely like
Ooh,
probably
yeah.
the worst.
Oh, during the summer. You said you went
Yeah.
back in July.
Yeah, and then the summer.
I think the mask thing is worse now because now it's like you're gonna have chapstick all over your mouth, like as your lips are getting dry, and then like every mask just gets snotty and wet, and it's just like, yeah, I think it's gonna be worse.
COVID has made the good customers more considerate and the bad ones worse, I'd say.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a great way to put it, for sure.
I agree with that as a barista.
Yeah, for sure. It's just bringing out the best and worst in humanity, I think, probably, in terms of compassion increasing and decreasing.
I don't go to shows anymore.
Dang. Just concerts.
Just concerts.
Word.
Me and Jeff don't live in the same neighborhood anymore, and the only time that we still hang out pretty frequently. but it's almost exclusively to go to shows that require buying tickets that cost like at least $20. It's like we only go to concerts.
Concerts.
What was the last one you saw?
It might have been fucking.
It was Power Trip, fucking High on Fire.
You went to Slayer before that, right?
Yeah.
That was already a while before.
But the last show that we went to maybe before COVID was probably we went to see fucking Power Trip at Union Transfer, and that was when I asked Jeff if he wanted to play bass in Spesimin.
Oh wow!
And yeah,
Oh shit! Yeah, okay.
last night I saw Riley, fucking R.I.P. Riley.
Yeah. I remember y'all posting about going to see like some new metal band concert.
Me and Jeff went to see
Oh, we
Korn
went
last year.
to
Yeah.
Ain't a joke.
How was
Yeah.
that? How was that?
That was a bucket list one for me,
Oh,
and the set was no joke. It was awesome.
It was hits front to back. Yeah, like we thought, or at least I went into it thinking I was gonna clown, like just like kind of stand off to the back, be like, this is kind of funny and it has its entertainment value. But it was like the second they started to the second they ended, it was gold.
That's
like
awesome.
none of it was bad, and it really like threw me.
Same lineup.
The drummer.
Different drummer.
The drummer is this crazy guy who flips his sticks
So flashy.
after every snare hit. He flips he's
It's
been
like
in the
that
band
AC/DC drum cover video from the back.
totally doing that shit. He's probably been in the band for like 10 years at this point, honestly. I forget what other bands that he was in, but yeah, they kicked out the original drummer, or he like quit like probably 10 years ago. And
Oh, is that the one that went like that got all Christian? And
No,
that's
he's
Head.
back.
That's Head, who wrote the book How I quit, like kicked meth, found God, and quit Korn and found God and found Jesus or whatever.
I think they're all Christian now, except for Jonathan Davis and the drummer.
Interesting.
But I think the rest of the front lineup is all like found God.
It's possible. Yeah, but Head left and came back.
Oh, head's back. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's back.
Damn. But with God this time.
With God. I'm not trying to give the impression that I've listened to a Korn album that came out in the last 20 years.
Fair.
But and also when the show ended, I was like everyone was leaving, like they were gone, and I was just like, they didn't play Adidas yet. It's not over. There's no way it's over. They didn't play Adidas.
They just straight up didn't play it?
They did
Yeah,
not
they
play
didn't play
Adidas.
Oh.
But if that's all they have to sacrifice to play one song I didn't recognize, like one newer song, otherwise it was like a fucking Spotify playlist.
Okay, I think there were probably a few songs I didn't know.
I thought it was
some
just like
brand
the
new
one,
ones.
and I can't even think about what it's called, but it's like a slower
Word.
song.
Would
I don't
y'all consider throwing in any rock star theatrics to your live shows once they happen?
Hans, you could probably go wireless, go out
I
on
just
the
want like
catwalk.
bigger amps, no spider webs or
Wall
nothing.
amps.
Walk around the crowd.
Fog? Anything?
I could fuck with some fog probably.
Spotlights.
There are Philly bands who do spider webs better than anyone, so we can't try to top those greats.
Casket's already taken too, yeah.
Yeah, it would have to be an original idea for sure.
I think tuners is really what differentiates us from
Tuners
other
for
bands.
metal, yeah.
Tuners,
Hell yeah. We need one last train.
One last train.
Cool. All right, the tape's running out.
It's running out.
Thanks, y'all. Thanks so much for doing this.
Thank you.
Thanks so much to Spesimin for gracing us with their premiere performance. If you like what you heard, you can hear more at their Bandcamp, spesimin.bandcamp.com. Check the spelling of the podcast title for their band name spelling. It's not what you would assume. If you'd like to get in touch with me about the podcast, you can find it on Twitter at UTFF Podcast, on Instagram at Under the First Floor, or you can email me underthefirstfloor@gmail.com. For the last couple of songs, I'm just going to leave you with a couple quick Philadelphia heavier releases from this year. The first one being from Goblin USA. They put out a tape earlier this year called Demo 2020, fittingly enough. They're just a really cool hardcore quartet with members of TiVo and Drill and Zorn, some incredible heavy Philly bands. All-star lineup, and you'll be hearing the song Loose Flesh. And for the last song, it'll be from the band Destructos, a song called The Sight. This is from their cassette tape called Blast. You can find it on destructos.bandcamp.com. They're really cool, two-piece, just really noisy punk band. kind of dancey too. They were really fun to see live, and I hope to see them again sometime soon. Yeah, hope you enjoy. Hope you have a good week, and we'll see you next time.